Hello and welcome to Promenade Française. We're just getting things set up right now. Let's see. Okay, so these are the screenshots for today's video. That was actually just to prepare for today's video. The first thing I wanted to talk about today, of course, is the rabbit tracker. The rabbit tracker. All right, so this is the rabbit race goal tracker. This is what we're going to use. Actually, I just made this with some kind of AI software. As you can see, the top thing on our list is the French and Russian exercises. And last week, we only did one day. This week, I think our goal is going to be like 3 videos. So today's Tuesday. We still got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got 4 possibilities for a day 2 and a day 3. So let's see what we can do. Second half of the exercises. I mean, yeah, well, fine. Second half. That's one way to put it. Basically, today we're gonna do Souhaiter, and it's just other usage and some exercises. Now, I didn't look at what the next video is gonna be. Let's see if I can just jump into the textbook and take a look. So what we're going to do for this little challenge, as you know, I love doing challenges, is, today, so we're in chapter 1 right now. It's called Les Usages and la Politesse. Here it is. So we did this in our first video, dire bonjour, dire au revoir, tu au vous, tu au vous. We did these exercises. Remember that? Présenter, faire les présentations. I don't know if we did this actually in the video. I can't really remember. It's fine, you know, whatever. So, yeah, we definitely didn't do this. Maybe we'll just start doing the exercises here to do a quick little review. M'excuser, demander, féliciter, plaindre. We didn't do this either. Wow, so I just tried to jump ahead all the way to Souhaiter and Quelques Usages. And then what happens then? Okay, then we're going to be in the next chapter. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to finish this first chapter, which means in the next chapter, we're going to start La Famille. All right, so let's put that in here. So finish Unit 1. This one's going to be start Unit 2. What are we going to do actually? So we got Victor. We'll just do like 2 pages. We'll just do La Famille. I think that'll be enough. And then the next day, we can do Les périodes de la vie. Great. So now, let's put that into the rabbit race goal tracker. So this one is going to be start Unit 2, La Famille, and then day 3. Sometimes people don't want to type, so yeah. So it's true, sometimes people don't want to type. I don't know if it actually can have French though. Les périodes de la vie. No, it only does it in English. Les périodes de la vie. There you go. Now, if I was going to try to do, isn't our goal to do 3 days this week? If I was going to do 4 goals, then probably we would, so then that would be starting Unit 3. Anyways, our goal today is to do 3 days. So we got today, and then we're going to do 2 more videos this week. All right, so once we finish the video, we're going to be able to move our little rabbit race goal tracker onto day 1 after we complete that. Next time, in the next video, once we've finished that, we'll move it to day 2. Eventually, we'll move it to day 3. And then this is what it's going to look like at the end of the week. So that next Monday or Tuesday, when we make the video next week, then I'll move that start Unit 3. I'll move that over to day 1, and then bring the rabbit back to the starting point. Seems kind of crazy, but honestly, you know, you just get to this place in your life when you realize that, like, to make progress in life, sometimes you just have to make these explicit steps. You have to create a clear goal. You have to have a way of following up, and one way to have a clear goal and follow up is to make YouTube videos. Like it's super important that I learn French. It's actually, this is why on the Rabbit Race Goal Tracker, it's like literally #1 on the list. Now the thing is, I do speak multiple languages. I speak Chinese like really fluently. I have an undergraduate degree in China law that was completely taught in Chinese. Then I've been living in Eastern Europe for like almost 8 years now. I've been studying Russian on and off throughout that time. So on this channel, I know it's called Promenade Française, but I think I'm going to be mixing in some of my other lessons. So if you see a title that says it's written in the Russian language, then you'll know that it's actually a video. Probably it'll look just like this video, but it'll just be me speaking Russian and maybe some Chinese. But the main issue here is French. I really need to improve my French speaking skills. Yeah, I speak Chinese pretty good, and then my Russian is really hurting because Russian grammar is so difficult. And then French, I'm just a beginner, and that's really what this channel is about. It's really this year, like between now and next year at this time, like next year at this time, I want to be like a B2 student, meaning I want to be able to like have conversations with people and have a much better experience. Like I started watching I started watching films, like French films, and I read in French every day. So like I do have a lot of input, but I have to be able to actually speak French now. Speak la French. Let's speak the French. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Now I'm just making the window like this just because I want to make sure that everything works on the channel. Let me check the audio. Maybe it seems crazy that this is actually my real video because I'm like just rambling. Yeah, I can hear it. Now I'm just watching myself watch my channel. It's wild. Hey, there's a chat. I don't think the chat works. For watching. Hey everyone. Hey 4 people that are watching. All right, let's get started for those 4 people that are watching. So the main thing is that on my phone, I just wanted this little purple area just so that it works, like so everyone can see me and also have like enough space above the video, below the video. That's the reasoning for that. Not like anybody cares. All right, so let's do this carefully. So let's do the instructions. Now, if you're going to be doing this afterward, oh, come on, I got to turn this off. Just turn this to quality and turn out. There you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, let me just stop you can see my amazing background, my actual background. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just opening up my phone. Now, what I did in my screen, so like if you're using Gemini, I prefer using Gemini because I think that the speech software is better than ChatGPT. And I think it has to do with that Google has been providing speech services with their Google Translate and with some of their other software for a really long time. And so they have access to much better software when it comes to speech. Now you'll notice that there's actually a specific voice for English, and then when the English voice is trying to speak French, then she'll sound like, hello, now I'm speaking English, but I'm speaking English with a French accent. And it's like, okay, no, don't do that voice. Do the actual French voice. Anyway, so I created a like a prompt, and so I have like a prompt that I just do the prompt so that the Google Gemini knows that I want it to take the role of a French teacher. So it says Bonjour, c'est Madame Alvaro. So I call my teacher Madame Alvaro. Je suis ravi de vous retrouver pour notre nouvelle leçon de français. So I'm happy to what retrouver return, I guess, pour notre nouvelle leçon de. Maybe I can show this to you. See, the issue is what I discovered with Google Gemini is you can't really switch back and forth between the desktop version and the mobile version. You can try to switch back and forth, but it doesn't have good results. So, for example, the okay, so here I can just show it to you. All right, just put this here. This is in Russian. Okay, here it is. So here you can see it here. Bonjour, c'est Madame Alvaro. Je suis ravi de vous retrouver pour notre nouvelle leçon de français. So here it says, I said, you are a French tutor. Take your French tutor role and look at what made our previous chats in live chat successful in French. After we finish the French live chat, we'll change to Russian in a new live chat. In a new live chat. So I'm meaning like in here. So if you remember from earlier, I don't know how far up we have to go, so I might not do this. Yeah, it's too far up. Anyways, I created a prompt. Maybe we can see the French tutor prompt. No, we can't. Maybe we can edit the gem. Yeah, we can edit the gem. Okay, here you go. So it says here, you are my personal French tutor without the Y. Your name is Miss Professor Gemini. Your entire purpose is to help me learn French by systematically working through textbook PDF that has been uploaded. Your core rules. Okay, that has some core rules. Anyways, I don't really need to do this because, and then I put the textbook. This didn't actually work. That was the problem, was that you can't actually do this thing. Like, you can't create a gem and then expect it to like just go through the whole textbook with you. If anyone's wondering what Poop Advisor is, it's a book I wrote called The Poop Eating Pool Monster. So it's a children's book. Anyways, let's jump into the French exercise. Okay, so anyways, it's Madame Alvaro. Nous allons continuer notre travail avec le manuel. La dernière fois, nous avons terminé la lecture de la page 6, le usage, la politesse. La prochaine étape est de faire les exercices qui se trouveront de la page 7. Je pense que c'est une excellente façon de pratiquer ce que nous avons appris. Dites-moi, êtes-vous prêt à commencer avec le premier exercice? There. So this is, I wrote this in like the chat because I just want it to be prepared. So there's a kind of a weird thing with Gemini that it's not quite 100% yet. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, you can see the text here on the screen. Now on my phone, I'm going to click this plus button and go to the gallery. Now you can see inside the gallery I have the screenshots already prepared. So I just need to click on the one that says Souhaiter. I see dire bonjour. Oh wow, I actually, so this is really skipping ahead. Situation professionnelle. Je vous présente Florence Ducepin, notre nouvelle responsable de marketing. Bonjour madame, enchanté, enchanté monsieur, contexte amical. Nicolas, est-ce que tu connais ma copain? Okay, let's I just want to go through this quickly. All right, I'll go with it. I'll go through it with you. It'll be going through for myself and for you, but it's not with Gemini. Let's just go through it together. So I think this thing about French is kind of weird. Situation professionnelle. So in a professional situation, um, it seems so like outdated. Like, cause in English we would never say, "Let me present Florence Dasupin." It just doesn't sound. It sounds so weird. Let me present, but it sounds like almost like royalty. Now it's like, hey, this is my friend. Let me introduce you. We use the word introduce. Let me introduce you, but we don't even say that anymore. Let me introduce you. We just say this is. This is Marc. This is Florence Dusapin. But apparently in French they say je vous présente. I to you present. Now the interesting thing is in Russian they have a whole different you. So here it says je vous présente, which means I present to you. Which means the vous, it means to you. In Russian, they have a completely different you in the situation when you're saying to you. But in French, it looks like they only have one you, just like in English. You as a subject and you as an object is the same. Let me present to you Florence Ducepin, notre nouvelle responsable de marketing. Bonjour madame, enchanté. Enchanté monsieur. Now you see there's a difference here too. Enchanté with one E and enchanté with two E's. Bonjour madame, enchanté. So it's enchanté means I am pleased to meet you. And because he's describing himself, I, a man, am pleased to meet you, then it's the masculine enchanté. And then the feminine, so she says, I am also pleased to meet you. So enchanté with the feminine, enchanté. Contexte amical, Nicolas. Now, this is a really interesting construction in French. Est-ce que. So S-E-S-T, it means is. And C-E, sometimes it can mean it. Is it? And then que, it means that or which. Is it that? You know. So in English, we already changed this. We don't say is it that anymore. We just say do. Nicholas, do you know my copain? Copain, my friend Emily. And there's like a little thing here. What is this thing here? Must be this remark. La politesse et les usages changent avec le temps. Les jeunes utilisent plus facilement la forme tu, le prénom et les expressions comme salut. Okay, so it's just saying like the polite, for being polite, it depends on le temps. Le temps, what is it? The time. Now it's saying the time, but then it explains it like the young people. It's more simple. You just use tu, their name, or expressions like salut. So I guess it's saying that they don't actually say je vous présente, enchanté. So it's just like, hey Nicholas, do you know my friend Emily? Non, pas encore, pas encore. Bonjour Emily, pas encore. Bonjour Nicolas. Quelques gestes. Le français est sur tous les hommes. What is this word? Sur tu. All right, let's jump into Google because I don't know. I need some help with this one. Okay, so like I said, we're just gonna look for the image. I don't know, I can't find it. Okay, so what do you do if you can't find the image? If you can't find the image, then we need to find the PDF document. Vocabulary progressive. And then we're going to scroll down to présent. I'm going to take a screenshot that includes this page and also the exercises. And we have it all on the same screenshot. Now, can I send it to Google Gemini? Okay, I don't want to send it to Gemini actually, because I need it to be in the correct screen. Okay, so as you can see, I added the image to Google Gemini, and then there's like an extra little button that appears, and it says live chat started. No, that's not the right one. Here, it says talk live about this. All right, we made it. We're back into regular life. Now, of course, it's not going to work, right? It's going to have issues, but slowly, what I'm hoping over time is that it like learns how to recognize what we're expecting of it. All right, so let's start with this section.
Great. Let's start with exercise 1. Please read the instructions aloud.
No, let's go back to the top and remember that your name is Madame Alvaro.
Absolument. Alors, comment est-ce que je peux vous aider?
Yeah, so what does it mean, quelques gestes, at the top, very, very top?
I'm not sure what you mean by quelques gestes. Could you describe what you're seeing at the top of your screen?
Yeah, well, I'm sharing an image with you, and it says quelques gestes. Le français et surtout les hommes se serrent la main pour se dire bonjour ou au revoir.
Absolument. En France, il est courant de se serrer la main pour dire bonjour ou au revoir, surtout dans un cadre professionnel ou formel. T'as d'autres questions sur les coutumes françaises?
Yeah, so I'm just asking you to explain in English the meaning of the French word quelques gestes.
It can be tricky to translate quelque chose directly into English. It's kind of an all-purpose word or phrase that can mean something, anything, or even a little something, depending on the context. Do you have a specific sentence in mind that you'd like me to help you translate?
No, I think you misunderstood. I meant quelques gestes. Geste is Gestes. It's in the image at the very top.
I see it now. You're asking about the Calc Geste chalk markers. They're pretty popular for making those eye-catching signs and menus, especially in restaurants and cafes. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about them?
I'm just wondering, first of all, let's start over again. Can you see all the text in the image?
Yes, I can see all the text in the image. It says the best time for new beginnings is now. Is there anything specific you would like to discuss about it?
No, that's definitely not what it says in the image. There's a bunch of French words in the image.
Ah, I see what you mean. The image contains French words like beurre, farine, lait, oeufs, and sucre. Are you trying to translate these words?
Oh.
Or is there anything else I can help you with?
Right, so the thing is, like, live is not doing good with this image, so I'm going to try another thing. So you can see down here, there's a share screen button. Oh my goodness, I can't see anything. Let's see, which one can I pick? Maybe the portrait button? No. Background button. All right, so you can see down here, there's like this button for sharing the screen. It's this one. This one is share the screen. All right, so I'm going to just share the screen. I'm going to push start. Okay, okay, now you can see it's sharing the screen. And you can see here's my file manager. So I'm going to go into the file manager. And then it's going to show me all my files. So I'm just going to go to the textbook. Okay, so here it is. So we have the vocabulaire progressif. I'm going to open that up. Hello, Gemini. Hello? Can you see my screen? Okay, it died. All right, now I'm going to try it just like another. Like right now, I think maybe I have too much text on the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a screenshot, which is exactly the same as the image you can see here on the screen. And I think that if I take a screenshot with less stuff on the screen, maybe it'll be able to do it. All right, so I just took a screenshot and then I just made the file smaller. I guess I could show that to you so that you know exactly what I'm doing. All right, so you can see here that like it's literally exactly the same as the image that you see here on my screen. Let's try uploading that to Gemini. Okay, so I uploaded the image, talk live about this.
Oh, this looks like a page from a French textbook. It's about greetings and gestures. Did you have any questions about it?
Yeah, let's do read and repeat. Can you read each line, and then after you read the line, I'll read the line?
Absolutely. Let's start with the title. Les Usages, la Politesse.
Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, politesse. Les usages, polit
France, on ajoute aux expressions de politesse madame, monsieur ou le prénom si on se connaît bien.
Yeah, I think that image is an image I uploaded in the past, and the one that we're looking at now, it's a different one. Can you scan the image that we're looking at now?
Oops, my mistake. I see it now. En France, on ajoute aux expressions de politesse madame, monsieur ou le prénom si on se connaît bien. Your turn.
Maybe I should read first because it seems like you're not looking at the same image as me.
You're totally right, my bad. Let me try that again. En France, on ajoute aux expressions de politesse madame, monsieur ou le prénom si on se connaît bien. Your turn.
No. Okay, so I want you to repeat after me, and I'm going to read all of each line that's in the image that I'm showing right now. Let's begin. The first is the heading. The heading says Quelques Gestes.
Of course. Let's try that again. Quelques gestes.
Les Français et surtout les hommes se serrent la main pour se dire bonjour ou au revoir.
Les Français, et surtout les hommes, se serrent la main pour se dire bonjour ou au revoir.
Les femmes qui se connaissent bien, amis, collègues de travail, s'embrassent sur la joue. Elles se font un bisou, une bise. On embrasse aussi un enfant pour lui dire bonjour.
Les femmes qui se connaissent bien, amis ou collègues de travail, s'embrassent sur la joue. Elles se font un bisou, une bise. On embrasse aussi un enfant pour lui dire bonjour.
Remarque culturelle, selon les régions, on fait 2, 3 ou 4 bisous.
Remarque culturelle. Selon les régions, on fait 2, 3 ou 4 bisous.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions. So this is not the page that we were on, is it? Because the question is, okay, so it says le français est sur tous les hommes. It says, okay, so the French and sur tous les hommes. What does it mean, sur tous?
Surtout is a French word that means especially or above all. Did you have any other French phrases you wanted to ask me about?
Yeah, so it says the French and especially the men se serrent la main. So I'm guessing se serre, it's reflexive, so it means that they shake the hand pour se dire bonjour or au revoir. In order, what is pour, for? And what's this se? Okay, so we can see the letter S-E and S-E. We can see it twice. We have se serre la main pour se dire bonjour. So what is se in the first, se serre, and se in the second case, se dire.
Great catch on spotting those S's. You're right, se serrer la main is the reflexive form of to shake hands. The C indicates that the action is done to oneself or each other. So, ils se serrent la main means they shake each other's hands. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's meaning ils se serraient la main. They shake each other by the hand. Or in this case, it says les Français or les hommes to replace il avec s.
Exactly. Ils is the masculine plural pronoun in French. So to replace it in your sentence, you'd use les Français or les hommes. Do you want to try forming a sentence with one of these?
No, okay, so now in the second case, it says pour se dire bonjour ou au revoir. So what's the meaning in the second case?
Bien sûr. Dans ce cas-là, dire au revoir signifie to say goodbye. T'as d'autres questions?
No, I'm not asking the meaning of dire bonjour. I'm asking the purpose of the se. Se dire bonjour.
Ah, I understand now. The se in se dire bonjour is a reflexive pronoun. It indicates that the action of saying hello is done to oneself, or in this case, to each other. So se dire bonjour means to say hello to each other.
Okay, so I see that in the first case it says se serre with where it says serrent, se serre la main, meaning they shake each other's hands. And I can see that the ent that comes after serre, it makes it the plural form of the verb. So are you saying that dire, dire, is also the plural form of the verb?
Well, dire is the infinitive form of the verb. But I see what you mean. Dissent is the third person plural form, like in your example with serrant.
Okay, so that's my question because now I know in some languages that when you have two verbs, the first verb is going to be conjugated based on the personal pronoun, but then sometimes you'll have a second verb which is in the infinitive. So in this case, is that why the first verb is a reflexive verb using se, serre plus ent, but then the second verb is se dire but without ent?
Okay, I see what you're asking. You're wondering why in French the first verb in your sentence, se sert, is conjugated with ent, but the second verb, se dire, isn't. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
ready to play your sound. Can you tell me what made that noise?
All right, now I got another problem because I just realized that if I use this in my Pro version, it's going to use up all my credits with Pro, and I got other work I have to do today using my Pro. So I'm going to just jump over to Flash, and I'm going to upload the same image and talk live about this. I'm hoping it goes faster like this.
Sure, I can help with that. It looks like you've sent me a page about French greetings and customs. Are there any words or phrases you'd like me to define for you? Or did you have another question for me?
I just want you to go through the grammar points and explain them, and then after we have an understanding of the grammar and vocabulary, then I want you to read, and then I'll repeat them in French.
Alright, let's start with the first section. Quelques gestes, which means some gestures. It talks about common French greetings. First, it says that French people, especially men, shake hands when they meet or say goodbye. Then, it explains that women who know each other well, like friends or coworkers, kiss each other on the cheek as a greeting. This is called faire la bise. It also mentions that people kiss children to say hello. Finally, there's a cultural note that says the number of kisses varies by region, sometimes 2, 3, or even 4. Any questions about this section before we move on?
That's perfect.
Great. Now let's look at the second section, accueillir, which means to welcome. It gives some examples of how to welcome someone in French. The first example is Entrez, je vous en prie. Je peux prendre votre manteau, which means come in, please. Can I take your coat? The second example is Ça me fait plaisir de vous voir. Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie, which means I'm happy to see you. Please, sit down. The last example is Je suis content de te voir. Assieds-toi, which means I'm happy to see you. Sit down. The phrase je vous en prie means please, and it's a more formal way to ask someone to do something. The phrase assis-toi also means sit down, but it's more informal. Do you have any questions about this section?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, I noticed that there's a section that says Le français est sur tous les hommes, se serre la main pour se dire bonjour ou au revoir. And I just noticed that there's two verbs, and they're used in the reflexive. So before the verb, the reflexive verb, we know because it has se. So for example, it says se serre, and it has se dire. Now it looks like se serre, the verb is in the plural form, but with se dire, the dire is not in plural form. I'm just confused about that.
That's a great question. You're right, both se serrer and se dire are reflexive verbs. In se serrer les mains, the verb serrer is conjugated in the plural form because the subject les Français et surtout les hommes is plural. However, in se dire bonjour ou au revoir, the verb dire is conjugated in the infinitive form because it follows the reflexive pronoun se. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but in both cases, both verbs follow the reflexive pronoun se.
You're right, both verbs follow the reflexive pronoun se. However, se serrer is conjugated in the infinitive form because it's part of the expression se serrer les mains, which means to shake hands. Se dire, on the other hand, is conjugated in the infinitive form because it follows the preposition pour, which means in order to. Does that make sense?
Okay, well, I'm not sure if the first half of your sentence was correct, because I think serre, it doesn't say serre or serre. How do you pronounce S-E-R-R-E-N-T?
You're right, it's pronounced serrant. It's the third person plural form of the verb se serrer, which means to shake hands. So the phrase se serrant les mains means shake hands.
Yeah, but isn't it when you add E-N-T, doesn't it mean it's in like the plural form?
Yes, you're right. When you add ENT to a verb, it's usually the third person plural form. In this case, serrant is the correct conjugation for ILS/elles se serrant les mains, which means they shake hands.
All right, so they, it says les Français, and it also says les hommes, meaning they. So they is ils avec S. Ils se serrent la main. So the specific sentence is they shake each other by the hand. And the reason why it is in the plural form is because the personal pronoun is they. And then you're saying that after the word pour, so in this case, we're not using the personal pronoun in the sentence structure. We're starting the second part of the sentence with pour, P-O-U-R. And in this case, we put in the verb in the infinitive form.
Exactly. Pour is a preposition that means for or in order to. When it's followed by a verb, that verb is in the infinitive form. So pour se dire bonjour, au revoir means to say hello or goodbye to each other.
Nice. Le français. Okay, so let's use your French voice and read that sentence, and then I'll repeat.
Certainement. Les Français et surtout les hommes se serrent la main pour se dire bonjour ou au revoir.
Les Français et surtout les hommes se serrent la main pour se dire bonjour ou au revoir.
Parfait. Et maintenant, essayons la phrase suivante. Les femmes qui se connaissent bien s'embrassent sur la joue.
Les femmes qui se connaissent bien s'embrassent sur la joue.
Excellent. Tu as une excellente prononciation. Tu es prêt à continuer?
Oui. Commençons.
Parfait. Allons-y. On embrasse aussi un enfant pour lui dire bonjour.
On embrasse aussi un enfant pour lui dire bonjour.
Excellent. Tu as une très bonne prononciation. Tu es prêt à continuer?
Oui.
Alors, on continue. Entrez, je vous en prie. Je peux prendre votre manteau?
Entrez, je vous en prie. Je veux prendre votre manteau.
Excellent. Ça me fait plaisir de vous voir. Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie.
Ça me fait plaisir de vous voir. Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie.
Parfait. Je suis contente de te voir. Assieds-toi.
Je suis content de te voir. Assieds-toi. All right, we just finished this page, and also it says something went wrong, so it died. All right, well, that tells us some interesting things. Basically, it says that I switched to Flash because I noticed that, well, I have some other work I need to do today with my Pro version, with Gemini Pro, and so if I keep the issue is here. Let me just drag this over here. So now if I refresh the screen, all right, so you can see, look, so remember when we were talking, it's like, okay, you can see, actually I'm kind of confused if it knows when I'm speaking French and if it knows when I'm speaking. Yeah, sometimes, look, it does. It has the French and the English. That's nice. But the problem is that so I think you only have 100, there's a limit. You have 100 requests you can make in a day. And you can blow through those requests pretty easily when it's one sentence. So that's why I decided to change to Flash. And then once we move to Flash, it seems like actually the Flash is working better. So let's try I'm going to take 3 pictures. I think it seems to be, let's test whether it's actually works better with less information. When I created that huge page, it seems as though it had a hard time with it. So I'm just going to create 3 separate screenshots, and then the screenshot I'm going to, so you can see here that the screenshots here, I'm going to move I'm going to edit the screenshot so it's much smaller. So that's the first screenshot. Screenshot number 2. And I'm going to make it small again. And screenshot number 3. Now let's go back into the Google Gemini. Now let's just do this one more time. Okay, so here's my Google Gemini here. We have it in flash mode this time. And you're just going to click the plus button here. And then I'm going to use gallery. All right, so you can see that inside the gallery I have the 3 screenshots. So I'm going to pick the first screenshot. It looks like this page here. Done. Okay, so after I do that, then you can see that there's some text. It says, talk live about this. All right, let's talk live about this.
Très bien. Tu veux qu'on continue avec les exercices?
Oui. Okay, let me explain the exercise so that it's easier for you to understand. I think basically it says, like, for example, in number 1, there's like a box, and the box is split into 2 parts. There's a word on the left and there's a word on the right. And in number 2, it's the same thing. So we have a sentence and then there's a box. The box is split into 2 boxes. There's a word on the left and there's a word on the right. And so the point of the exercise is we need to choose the correct box. For example, in number 1, it says, Je vous présente, connais mon nouveau collègue. And we have to choose which sentence is correct. For example, is the first sentence correct? Je vous présente mon nouveau collègue. Or is the second box correct? Je vous connais mon nouveau collègue. Do you understand the structure? Something went wrong. Hi, can you describe the structure of this exercise to me?
Sure thing. This exercise is called a reverse lunge. It's a great lower body workout that targets your quads, glutes, and hamstrings. You start by standing with your feet shoulder width apart, then you step back with one leg.
All right, I'm just gonna have to upload this this image again. All right, let's push stop, stop, stop. Wow. So there was like a backup thing. There was like all these, like, I had to click the stop button like 3 times. It just got really confused there for a minute. All right, let's try this again. Uploading the image.
It looks like a French vocabulary exercise. Do you want help with the answers? Or
What?
did you have another question?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what is your understanding of the structure of the exercise? All right, it says something went wrong. Okay, it says, now I'm back on the regular page. Let me show you what actually happens here. so you can see that I uploaded the image, and you can see like the stop button. You see here the stop button. So it's still thinking about something. You see it's here. It's still thinking about something. And it just stopped thinking. Yeah, it says my connection is gone. Then it says you can retry. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click the button, see, to push it up, like so you can see, like, you know, all the different apps I'm using. I'm just going to slide it to get rid of that. All right, so we're out of Google Gemini. I'm going to click the Google Gemini app to open it up fresh again. Now the question is, are we going to start with a new fresh flash screen, or are we going to go back into the one that we were just in? I'm thinking maybe it's best to go back into the one that we were just in. No, I think we'll just do a new one, because I don't want to mess around with context. All right, so we're in a new screen. I'm going to do the same image. We're going to talk live about this.
Sure, I can help with that. What would you like to know about this exercise?
Yeah, can you just describe like how it is structured?
Absolutely. It looks like you've got a fill in the blank exercise here. You need to choose the correct word from the options provided in each question. Do you want to go through it together, or did you have a specific question about it?
Yeah, let's go through it together.
Of course. Let's start with the first one. For je vous présente connais mon nouveau collègue. The correct word is présente. So
Yep.
the sentence is je vous présente mon nouveau collègue, which means I'd like to introduce you to my new colleague.
Yeah, but
Ready for the next one?
no, because why would you just tell me the answer? The whole point of this is for you to be the teacher, and you're testing me. So you have to decide on a communication style that explains, like, you can read the sentence, but I don't want you to tell me the answer.
Got it. Sorry about that. For the second sentence, Lise embrasse le petit Bastien. Which word do you think fits best?
Yeah, but you need to read that with a French accent.
My apologies. Let me try that again. Lise embrasse le petit Bastien. Which word do you think fits best?
That's still your English voice. So when you read French, you need to change to your French voice.
I can't change my voice, but I can read the sentences in French if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay, here it goes. Lise embrasse le petit Bastien. Which word do you think fits best?
Okay, let's go back to number one. So in number one, it says, je vous présente, connais mon nouveau collègue. So the question is, are we going to use présente or connais? And I would say, since it has vous, it means je vous, it means we need to use présente. Je vous présente mon nouveau collègue. And in number two, Lise s'embrasse or embrasse le petit Bastien. The question is Lise embracing the child, or are they embracing each other? In this case, it is that she is embracing the child, so it's Lise embrasse le petit Bastien.
Très bien. You've nailed the first two. Je vous présente mon nouveau collègue and Lise embrasse le petit Bastien are both correct. Ready to tackle number 3?
Oui. Lis. Tu peux lire?
Bien sûr. Number 3 is Delphine donne fait un bisou à Philippe. The correct answer is done. So the complete sentence is Delphine donne un bisou à Philippe, which means Delphine gives Philippe a kiss.
Pourquoi tu as dit moi le solution?
My apologies. Delphine donne un bisou à Philippe is the correct answer to question 3. Would you like to move on to number 4?
I told you not to tell me the answer.
Okay, let's Let's try number 4. Ça me fait plaisir content de te voir. Do you think the sentence is saying, it makes me happy to see you, or it makes me content to see you?
So the question is, after the word fait, is it ça me fait plaisir or is it ça me fait content? And then the next part is it content de te voir or plaisir de te voir? I think after fait is plaisir. Ça me fait plaisir de te voir.
Absolutely. Ça me fait plaisir de te voir is the correct answer. It means, it's a pleasure to see you in English. Ready for number 5?
Yes.
Let's take a look at number 5. Est-ce que tu connais embrasse mon ami Geoffroy? Which verb do you think is the right fit here?
Okay, so it says, is it that, which means in English, do. Do you know my friend Jeffrey? Or do you hug my friend Jeffrey? Est-ce que tu connais mon ami Geoffrey?
Excellent. Est-ce que tu connais mon ami Geoffroy? Is correct. It means, do you know my friend Jeffrey in English? Jeffrey. 2 more to go.
Okay.
Number 6 is assieds-toi, je t'en prie. The correct answer is assieds-toi.
Assieds-toi, assieds-toi, je t'en prie. Assieds-toi, assieds-toi, je t'en prie. Assieds-toi, je t'en prie.
Excellent. Assieds-toi, je t'en prie is correct. It means sit down, please, in English. 2 more to go.
Okay, number 7. Entrez, je vous en prie, or entrez, je vous en présente. So, entrez, it means enter. Je vous en prie. So it says, I welcome you.
Bien sûr. Number 7 is entrez, je vous en prie, which means come in, please, in English.
So en prie, it means like welcome. Like je vous en prie, it means I welcome you.
In this context, je vous en prie is a polite way of saying please, similar to you're welcome. It's a set phrase used to be courteous when inviting someone in.
Yeah, but what about the historical context of the concept en prie? Is it like if you please, s'il vous plaît, if you please? Or because I know prie, it means prayer. So en prie is with a prayer. I pray you. So sometimes I remember in Old English, they say I pray you. It's a one way of saying please.
That's right. The phrase je vous en prie is a formal way to say please. And it does come from the verb prior, meaning to pray or to beg. So it literally translates to I beg you. It's similar to the Old English usage of I pray you, to mean please.
So it means to pray, it means to beg. When we pray to God, we're begging.
It's more about earnestly asking for something. You can pray to God for help, but you can also pray someone to do something. Think of it as a very polite and respectful way to ask.
Yeah, but it's interesting to think about this concept of prayer because, I mean, like now that I'm thinking about it, so praying, like you get on your knees, you hold your hands together, and you beg.
In English, the word pray can have a religious connotation, but in French, prier simply means to ask earnestly. It doesn't necessarily involve kneeling or begging. The phrase je vous en prie is just a polite way to say please, like I ask you to come in.
Yeah, but I'm trying to go into the context of the actual word and then looking at how the humans are reacting to the context of this word. And I'm just looking at myself, like if I pray, I close my eyes, which is like it's a type of wish, and you hold your hands together, meaning like you're saying that I'm not going to, like when you close your eyes, you're on your knees, you have your hands together. It's like impossible for you to attack the other party. So you're putting yourself in 100% submission, and then you're telling God that there's something that you need or that you want, and that you're willing to bind yourself in order to get it. You're willing to, it's like, it's begging.
It sounds like you're exploring the deeper meaning of prayer and its connection to vulnerability and submission.
Yeah.
Now, that's a valid interpretation.
All right, let's keep going with the French. Okay, so we finished this exercise. So let me just read the sentences again. We got Je vous présente mon nouveau collègue. Lise s'embrasse le petit Bastien. Delphine donne un bisou à Philippe. Ça m'a fait plaisir de te voir. Est-ce que tu connais mon ami Geoffroy? À ces trois, je t'en prie. Entrez, je vous en prie.
Absolutely. Your pronunciation is very clear. Is there anything else I can help you with in French today?
Yeah, I'm gonna upload another image and then we can continue.
Sounds great. I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's see if we can handle another image. All right, I'll upload the image, talk live about this.
Sure thing. This looks like a multiple choice exercise. You need to choose the sentence that best describes each picture. Would you like to go through it together?
Yeah, what does it mean, choisissez la légende correcte?
Choisissez la légende correcte means choose the correct caption. So for each image, you'll need to select the sentence that best describes what's happening.
Okay, can you read the first number one, the first two options?
Certainly. Number 1. A. Marius fait la présentation. Marius dit bonjour. Which one do you think matches the picture?
Marius fait les présentations. Marius dit bonjour. So it means presentation. So it means to give a introduction. Since there's two groups of people, I would say 1A. Marius fait les présentations.
I encountered an error doing what you asked. Could you try again?
1A.
Excellent. Marius is introducing the two groups, so Marius fait les présentations is correct. What about number 2?
Okay, so this is they're shaking hands. We're going to use the reflexive verb. Ils s'embrassent.
Not quite. Ils s'embrassent means they are kissing, but in the picture, they are shaking hands. The correct answer is ils se disent bonjour, which means they are saying hello.
Okay, so s'embrasse, it means to kiss.
Exactly. Ils s'embrassent means they are kissing. So that wouldn't be the best fit for this picture. Ils se disent bonjour is the better choice.
Okay, so this is related. This is related to the concept. Les Français et surtout les hommes se serrent la main pour se dire bonjour ou au revoir.
C'est vrai. En France, il est courant de se serrer la main pour dire bonjour ou au revoir. Donc, pour l'image numéro 3, que choisissons-nous?
Well, the question is, it's exactly the same. So we have to know, is in this situation, is it formal or informal? If it's formal, asseyez-vous, je vous en prie. If it's informal, assieds-toi, je t'en prie.
Bonne observation. Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie, est plus formel et signifie s'il vous plaît, asseyez-vous. Donc, quelle option correspond le mieux à l'image?
Well, it seems like she has a purse and is an armchair, so probably 3A. Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie.
That's right. Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie is the more formal option, so 3A is the correct answer. The woman is dressed professionally and there's an armchair, suggesting a formal setting.
All right, number 4A says Bonjour, madame, enchantée, or Salut, Sophie. I don't know. I think either one could be fun.
Bonjour, madame, enchantée is the best answer here because it is more formal and the man is meeting Sophie for the first time. Salut, Sophie is more casual, like something you'd say to a friend.
All right, I'm going to get ready to upload the next image.
Excellent. I'm ready for the next image whenever you are.
All right, let's get this one done.
Got it. This looks like a fill-in-the-blank exercise. Do you want to go through it together?
Yes.
All right, let's start with number 1. Entrez, je vous en prie. What word do you think is missing there?
Entrez, je vous en prie. There's no words missing because you told me the answer.
Oops. Sorry about that. For number 2, comme de te voir. What word do you think is missing?
Ça me fait ravir de te voir.
Exactement. Ça me fait plaisir de te voir is the correct answer. The missing word is plaisir. Ready for number 3?
No, there's 2 missing words. Ça me fait plaisir de te voir.
Oui, tu as raison. Il manque 2 mots. Ça me fait plaisir de te voir. Parfait. Quelle est ton idée pour numéro 3?
Par numéro 3, c'est la même chose quand les images entrez, je vous en prie, je peux prendre votre manteau.
Excellent. Je peux prendre votre manteau is the correct answer. The missing word is peut. What about number 4?
Numéro 4, est-ce que tu connais mon ami Michel?
Parfait. Connais est la réponse correcte. Et pour le numéro 5, qu'est-ce que tu penses?
Je vous présente ma femme.
Excellent. Je vous présente ma femme is correct. And for the last one, number 6?
Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie.
Génial. Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie. Correct. Tu as bien complété toutes les phrases. Tu as des questions?
No, that's it. That's good for this image. We're going to close the chat now.
Au revoir. If you ever need help with French, feel free to reach out.
There you go. That was a slow start today. But that's fine. Now, I'm just going to take this image. I'm going to take a picture of this image because this is the one that we're going to do next time. And then I'm also going to take a picture of, I think that this lesson is like a little bit too long. I want to just do one. I'm just going to do 2 images at a time for next time. Anyways, like I said, let's jump into the rabbit tracker. And we just we didn't do Souhaiter. And we're definitely not going to start. Okay, so we can change this. So what did we do today? We did, let me just jump back into that. We did présenter, les faire présentation, quelques gestes, accueillir. How do I even write that? Quelques gestes, gestes, oopsie daisies, quelques gestes, accueillir, and then we did the exercise. And then tomorrow, we got s'excuser, demander, number 2, féliciter, and plaindre. There you go. Now, okay, so we did this today. Now the question is, am I going to do a Russian video? I think I'm going to do a Russian video right now. So I'm going to close this video. We're going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to come back and I'm going to make a Russian video. So I got our day 3 video. Now, what are we going to do in the Russian video? You'll find out when we get back. Thank you for joining me here in Promenade Française. And yeah, we did some fantastic work today. We found out how to better use our Google Gemini, and let's see if we can make some progress in the French language. Bye bye.